Liverpool is going to win the English Premier League for the 2019-2020 English Premier League season. Jurgen Klopp's first trophy came during the 2019 Champions League final victory over Tottenham Hotspur over at Madrid, Spain. That was where Jurgen Klopp won his first trophy with Liverpool. Liverpool last won the Premier League during the 1989-1990 season. And it is 31 years from the time of 1989 is when Liverpool is going to win the English Premier League once again. In Gematria, the practice of coding letters and words into numbers, it is Madrid that has a Gematria of 31. Now, when you compute the time duration from 1990, when they actually hoisted the English Premier League trophy, to 2020, that is a time span of 30 years. And in Gematria, it is Jurgen that has a Gematria of 30. So let me type it in really quickly. So that's exactly what's going to happen 30 years later, from 1990 to this year, 2020, the year that they hoist the Premier League trophy. They begin the season against Norwich City. They begin the season against Norwich City on August the 9th. August the 9th can be written out as the 9th day of the 8th month. And you know that it's completely scripted for Liverpool to win the Premier League this year, beginning their season on the 9th day of the 8th month. It's because Champions has Gematria of 98, and it is Manchester City that is coming off of the repeat, and they are trying to win the threepeat this year, Manchester City, but ultimately it's not going to happen that way. The time span from June the 1st, when Liverpool won the Champions League, to Friday, August the 9th, the start of the season, is a time span of 9 weeks and 6 days. A few things come into mind. Number one, it's knowledge that is Gematria of 96, and it is Freemasons that rig and script the sports leagues. 2019-2020 is going to be Liverpool's 58th consecutive season in the top flight of English football. You see that it's Freemasonry that has the Gematria of 58. 57 prior years. 57 is the championship number. And you take a look at the Premier League table, Liverpool has finished in first or second place a total of 32 times. And the 33rd time in their history that they finished first or second, they're going to win their first Premier League title. And you know it's completely rigged and scripted in that fashion. It is Mane, Sadio Mane. It is EPL. It is Masonry that have Gematrias of 33. Now the end of a EPL title drought is going to happen after Klopp's first trophy against the Hotspur. It's Hotspur that equals 117. That was the team who they played in the Champions League final. His next big trophy that he is going to hoist is going to be the EPL title, and it is Sadio Mane, the joint Golden Boot winner, who is going to end up helping them do this. It's Sadio that equals 21. It's title that has Gematria of 21. It's Norwich City that has the same Gematria of title. That is who Liverpool open up their season up against. In the 28th edition of the English Premier League, let me see here. I thought I had the page on here. Klopp is 52 years old this year. He turned 52 years old. He was 51 years old when he won the Champions League over at Madrid, España. That's how you spell that out in Spanish. It is Prophecy that has Gematria of 52. I believe it is also Liverpool that has Gematria of 52. That's a pretty fitting age for Jurgen Klopp to end up winning the English Premier League title this year. And Liverpool has won the league in the past tense, also happens to equal the same Gematria as Hotspur in the end of the EPL title drought. So overtime, We've seen Manchester United expand globally as the face of English football. It's Jurgen Klopp that's won the Champions League. He's going to win another domestic title after he did so over at Borussia Dortmund. It's Jurgen, it's EPL title drought that equals 75. Mohamed Salah is going to be the main storyline this year in this particular English Premier League season, because the 2019-2020 English Premier League, if it shows it here on Wikipedia, it should be the first one to show up. I guess I'm going to have to type that out since Wikipedia has a horrible search engine. Anyways, the 2019-20 English Premier League is going to be the 28th season of the Premier League ever since they switched names. I don't think Salah is going to be the golden boot this year. I think he'll be second, but he's going to be the leading goal scorer of Liverpool this year. He's going to have a really special season. Mohamed Salah was from Egypt. It's Egypt that equals 28. After 27 prior Premier Leagues is when Liverpool is going to ultimately win it again, because their nickname is the Reds. It's red that equals 27 in Gematria. It's Salah. It's end that equal 14 in Gematria. Mohamed Salah in the 2019-2020 season is going to be their MVP this year. This guy's going to be a major goal scorer for Liverpool this year. 2019-20 adds up to 59. That's the Gematria value of Mohamed. I wonder what biblical prophecy they're going to script in some of their games later on this year. It has to do with the Prophet Muhammad and his religion of Islam. As you know, we have to look out for that during the season. I want you to notice too that not only is it Reds, red equals 27, but notice how Sadio Mane is 27 years old. Notice how Mohamed Salah is going to be 27 years old too. And these guys were born at the time of the first English Premier League season, ever since they changed from this format that they had to a top flight in England. And that's just pretty fitting how this is the case right now. When we go back to the time duration, notice how it's 2 months and 8 days from June the 1st to the start of the season. This is the 28th edition of the English Premier League. They finished with 97 points last year. If you include the end day, it's 9 weeks and 7 days. In other words, 10 weeks. The 69 is a very important number to this Freemasonic gang out there that rigs these sports leagues. It's Freemasonic Jesuits that own all these teams. It's the Jesuit order that equals 69. It's the mark of the beast. And of course, who are we talking about? Mohamed Salah this year being the star player. He's going to have quite a bit of scripted goals this year for Liverpool. He is bound to have that happen this year. And I'm going to link all of the expert Premier League predictions at the end of this video. The 19-20 Premier League seasons is going to bring us the end of a title drought. It is drought that has Gematria 39. That's what the 19-20 season is all about. Liverpool is going to be your winner for the scripted Premier League 30 years later after 1990. That was the year that they last hoisted the Premier League trophy. This is the 29th year ever since their last title. It's Manchester City that is coming off of the repeat, as mentioned in the video, because it is repeat that equals 29 in Gematria, and they're without their captain Vincent Kompany this year. They're without a few others too this year. But Manchester City are not going to win the three-peat. Man United are going to be the sixth team to win the three-peat in English football history. Liverpool won one, Manchester United had two, Arsenal had a three-peat. Huddersfield Town had the first three-peat in English football history. So that's really what's going to happen after Liverpool win their 19th Premier League title this year. In the season that begins in the year 19. And notice how drought equals 39. And notice how Liverpool and Manchester United would have a combined total of 39 Premier League trophies between the two clubs this year. I think it's fitting to see that Manchester City, I think, is going to finish in second place. and they would have 6 titles and 6 runner-ups. That's a lot like title equaling 66 in Gematria, and ultimately, the sports leagues are completely rigged and scripted, and it's Liverpool that is going to be your English Premier League champion for this year. They are going to win the Premier League a year after finishing a point below Manchester City in a year after they hoisted the UEFA Champions League trophy.